Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. It's his first trip to the line.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Now, here is Harden. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Raptors in Toronto.
And you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys. Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Unis with it. Now guarded by Brad. And he gets it to go. 10 points for Freak.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Thomas dishes to Johnson. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 5 assists tonight.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And it's time for an injury report.
From what he saw, it looks to be a lower back strain. Never good news for a player. The schedule becomes a real grind at this time of the year, and that injury is only going to make things harder on this team. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Boy, you always hate to see anyone ever deal with any sort of injury.
And almost for every player, it's inevitable. I mean, injuries are going to happen no matter how well you take care of yourself.
And let's just hope the rehab process doesn't drag on any longer than it has to.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Thomas. He has 7. Feeds it to Olynyk. Here's Reese. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. 8 points for him.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth.
I don't want us taking shots with hands.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Defense and get our shooters looks. Tighten up.
And the first half comes to a...
All right, fellas, still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half. A nice chunk of our offense in the first half came from the low post. And one thing that should definitely do for us in the third quarter is open.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming on the
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Freak. He's got 13 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Boston. Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Johnson. And it's Reese in at the 3 spot. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors played some good basketball. He dropped in 15 points, but also came away with 5 big rebounds. This was a big win for him and his team as they snap a losing streak with that win, guys.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Johnson outside. Bradley kicks to Thomas. That's tipped. It's Harden with the drive. Freak. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. First trip to the line for him here.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up.
And both free throws good from Freak. Celtics trail by 5. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Johnson the screen. Here's Reese. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. 13 points in the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Howard. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Well, it definitely was a disappointing part of his game this year. Not the numbers he was hoping for from the stripe.
Monty Eunice, and he banks in the layup. Now it's a 7-point Rocket lead.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. They spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Let's check out some numbers here for James Harden. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And for any other player putting up those numbers, we'd say they were great, but for him, they're just simply run-of-the-mill.
Sure, you know, most guys would be satisfied with that stat line, but he's built for more.
The Celtics making a switch here. Sanders is checked in. Now here's Thomas. He's covered closely. Odiunas against Sanders. Sanders sets the screen for Bradley. Here's the teardrop. Rebounded by Howard. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Down low. Odiunas passes the Freak. Misses the wing Jerry. Celtics trail by 5. Thomas with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He's got 17.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Freak dishes to Harden. The feed to Monty Eunice. Elbow shot is on the way, and Sanders pulls it down.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
To the middle, here's Ariza. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Johnson the screen. Pass to Reese. Back to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Boston. Johnson gets the bucket.
Really nice dime dropping there. Playmaking ability is exactly what you get from Isaiah Thomas.
Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Freak. And Freak throws it down home.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
There's a screen by Modi Yunus to the inside. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. For Houston, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. And he can't get the first one. Rockets trail by 9. So on the floor for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Modi Yunus and Howard the post pair. And it's free.
And that's really the change in our game. It's the overall athletic ability. I love those point guards that can throw it down.
Well, you've talked about that. That's a dose of the modern NBA, Greg. That kind of aerial ability isn't limited now to just the front court anymore.
That's exactly right.
You know, I look at it this way, guys. It seems to me there are more high flyers at guard than anywhere else in the league these days. And what a game for Thomas. He's got 11 points and 9 assists. This game is all about him right now.
Full domination mode, guys.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
And there's the 3-second violation.
Boston ball.
There's the dish to Bradley. And Thomas, here we go. He gives them a double-digit lead.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Olynyk, he's checked in for Boston. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Now here's Thomas. He's covered closely. A floater. It's deflected. It's Harden with the drive, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Amir Johnson did not like that one. It's not possible what we just... Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner. It is possible.
And think about it, guys. That's one of the few guys in the entire league who can pull off something like that.
13 feet away. And he dunks it down.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
Freak with it. Thomas is there. And the shot is good. And now it's up to 25 points for Freak. And stolen by Freak. Here's Ariza. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here, aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Rockets have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Harden kicks to Freak, stolen by Thomas. And the foul called on Freak. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And the first of 2, no good, heartbreak.
Isaiah Thomas will be at the line shooting 2.
And the second of 2 is good. That will put them up by 9.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Off target from the baseline. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal.
No question about it. That would be all she wrote.
And the foul called on Freak. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. He drops the first one, and that is 3. And so it's Boston easily.
The 2K Sports post-game show.